Okay, so what's the answer now? The answer should be number four, but why do we get number four? Now, if you want to round off to nearest hundred, there is a shortcut. Okay, what's the shortcut? The shortcut is what? Okay, nearest hundred. Okay, see number four? Oh, sorry, not number four. I must make a mistake. Yeah. Okay, so you look at number four, and if you round off the nearest hundreds, what happened? You draw a line to show the last two digits. Look at the digit nearest the line, and you round up. So what hundreds is that? 301 hundreds. So that's not what we want. Okay, so there's a shortcut to learn how to round off the nearest hundreds. You draw a line. Okay, draw a line like this. Draw a line. Okay, to show the last two digits because nearest hundreds got two zeros. And then you look at the digit nearest the line. Okay, for example, number three. What do you get? It's five, right? So you round up. So if you round up, what happened? You will get 30100, which is not what you want. And number four is 30100 as well. Okay, how about number two? Number two, you look at the six. You round up. Okay, round up, and that will be plus one, and that will give you 300 hundreds. And so what's your answer? Your answer should be number two. Okay, number two. Got it? And how about number one? Number one, if you look at the nearest digit, you don't round up. So if you don't round up, what happened? You just don't do anything. 29900. Okay, so your answer should be number two. Why is it number two? It's not just go through one more time, right? You look at the draw a line. Okay, draw a line. Look at the digit nearest the line. There's a six there, so you have to round up five and bigger. So you round up, and you will get 300 and answer number two. Okay, so lesson here is draw a line. Okay, draw a line and then look at the digit nearest the line. And if it's five and bigger, you add one. If it's not, then you don't do anything. Okay, question number two, shortcut. How do you change into decimal? You will need to make the denominator into a 10, 100, or 1000. So can I change it to 10? Yes. So 5 times 2, 2 times 2, you get 6 and 4 over 10. So your decimal will be 6.4. But there's no answer there. All right, you can look at the answer. There's no 6.4. You just add a 0. And that becomes 6.40. And your answer is number 4. Right? So don't think that there's no answer there. You just have to add a 0 behind. Then you will see the answer there. Okay, which of the fractions is smaller than 3/4? Now for this question, you will need to compare one by one. For example, you have to compare all the fractions, okay, and then see which is smaller than 3/4. So you make the denominator the same. So you have 5 times 4, 4 times 5, 5 times 4, 4 times 4, 16, 4 times 5, 3 times 5 is 15. So number one is out because it's bigger. And then next one, you will have to make the denominator the same, 9 times 4 and 4 times 9. So 9 times 4, 7 times 4, 4 times 9, 3 times 9 is also bigger. All right, so this is how you do. And then how about the next one? 4 times 3 and 3 times 3. So it's equal. So number 3 is out because the fractions are equal. How about the last one? Then you will have to 21 times 4 and 15 times 4. 4 times 21 and 3 times 21, you will get 63. So is your fraction smaller than 3/4? Yes. So the answer is number 4. All right, so this is how you compare fractions. You will have to make the denominator the same, and then you compare them one by one. Okay? All right, and by the way, you tell me, Storm, how come cannot make all the denominator the same? It's going to be very hard. Very hard to make all the denominator the same. Okay, so we have to compare one by one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, what happened, Mr. Okay, question number four. Okay, which triangles have the same area? Now, you will have to count the squares. Like, for example, you look at triangle A. How many units? Two units. And what's the height? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the height is, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's a bit hard to count the squares. I count the other side. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the height is 7 and the base is 2. So half times 7 times 2. What is that? That will be 7 units. So the triangle A is 7 units. How about triangle B? You have 1, 2, 3, the base is 3, and the height is 4. So half times 3 times 4. You can do some mental. So 12 divided by 2 will be 6. So put the area inside. And then how about C? The base is what? 1, 2, 3. No, it's a bit hard to see the squares. So then what do? You go opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the base is 5. And the height will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have half times 5 times 4. That will be 10. All right. And then how about triangle C? That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. The base is 4. and the height will be 3. So half times 4 times 3, you will get 6. So which two triangles have the same area? Isn't that B and D? So B and D will be your answer, number 3. Okay, this is how you find the area of the triangle. You have to count the squares to find the base and find the height. Then you use your formula to get the area. Okay, question 5. How do you convert the ratio? If you see a fraction, how to convert the ratio? Numerator point to the first group, denominator points to the second one. So Charles will have 4 and the total will be 9. And then how to convert the ratio? You must make sure that in your ratio, you have everybody the same. Everybody is inside the ratio. So Charles will be 4 and then Tom will be 5. And how do you get 5? Because the total is 9. Right? But there's a typing error. It's not Tony's height, it's Tom's height. Okay, so there's a typing error. All right, so if you get it wrong, it's because what? It's because you didn't have the ratio, like what Miss Ang told you. You must have everything in your ratio. You must have Charles, Tom, and then the total. Then you can get the answer. So Charles' height to Tom's height is what? 4:5. And that's your answer, number 1. Got it now? So over here, what's the lesson here? You must know how to change the fraction, convert the fraction to ratio. Once you can do that, then you can get the answer ready. Otherwise, you can't get the answer. Okay, clear so far? All right, Shalene, understand, Shalene? Okay, today lesson will be a bit long because I got no answer key. So Mr. has to go through slowly. All right, in case Mr. make mistakes. So I have to go through slower. Okay, question number 6. Who came in third? So they are fourth person. You just look for the last person. The last person is not the person who has the shortest time. The last person is the one who has the most time taken. This is the last person, right? Last person, right? If you're faster, you take the shortest time. If you are the slowest, you take the longest time. Then look for somebody who is the third last. So who is the third last? Dennis. Dennis must be the third last, right? Because, oh, no, sorry, not Dennis. Miss Dong see wrongly. It's Alan, okay? Alan is the third last. Why? Because 16.2 is smaller than 16.4. So he must be the third last. So who is the first one? First one must be Dennis. Second one must be Benny. And then the third will be Alan. And the last one will be your Charles. Okay? Got it? So this question can be quite tricky because you may think that the fastest one is the most time taken. The fastest person is the least time taken. So remember the concept. So your answer should be Alan. Answer number 1. Okay? So this is all 1 mark. Should be quite easy, but can be tricky. Okay, question number 7. I don't know whether you get a mistake for this. So are you going to tell Mr. Ong your answer is number 3? 8.5%, which is wrong? Right. Why is it not 8.5%? Because you did not change it to decimal. It's still percentage. Right, it's still percentage. 8.5 is still 8.5%. So how do you change it to decimal? Remember, Mr. Ong told you the fraction is the best friend of percentage. Can you change the percentage to fraction? 8.5 over 100. And then how? How to get your decimal? Well, 8.5 over 100 is also 8.5 divided by 100. Okay, then you shift the decimal point. So your fraction is also like dividing. So you shift 8.5, 1, 2. Shift the decimal point to the left 2 times. Put the 0 in the basket, the arrowhead, decimal point, and the 0 in front. So your answer should be 0.085. Okay, so how to change percentage to decimal? Just convert to fraction first, and then what do? Fraction is also dividing, so 8.5 divided by 100. Okay. Now, in your school, your teacher will have taught you something quite fast. Your school teacher will have taught you just divide by 100. But you may forget to divide by 100. So what do? I change it to fraction, and I know that I must divide by 100 because fraction means divide. Okay. So I think some of your school teachers, what do? What do? They just skip. They just ask you to divide by 100 to get the decimal. Okay, nothing wrong. That's a shortcut also. Okay, question 8. What's the answer? Question 8. Now, a machine can print 70 cards in 3 minutes. How many cards can it print in 1 hour? Shortcut, if you don't know how to do, you will need to write down 3 minutes, arrow, 70 cards. Now, this is important because the arrow sign is going to show you how to do the harder questions. This is still quite easy. So 1 hour, change it to 60 minutes, jumping. Why jumping? Because I can't find 1 minute. How to take 70 divided by 3? Cannot, and there's no calculator also. That's why you must have the arrow to do jumping. So 3 times what equals 60? you take 60 divided by 3, 20. And then the other side, you also jump. 70 times 20, shortcut. 7 times 2 is 14. And there are two zeros, so just put two zeros behind. So this is a shortcut because you skip. You don't have to find 1 minute is how many cuts you jump. Okay, so your answer should be number 2. Clear so far? All right, I hope you have done already. Not just sit down there and just, okay, just copy down the answer. You should have done it, hopefully. Okay, next one. Now, how to do the algebra? You have to do remember the four operations. You have to do the bracket first, which is still the most important. So you have to write down 8 plus 4y minus, put the answer below the needle, then you minus 2y. So your algebra can also have four operations together. All right, then next step, what do you do? Then you are stuck because you don't know what to do. Then your teacher hasn't taught you algebra yet, right? But those in my class, you should know. You circle the groups, right? Then you rearrange them. So you put the groups with the same kind. Put the whole numbers together side by side. Put the letters together side by side. Okay, now can you minus already? 8 minus 3 will be 5. And then 5 plus 4y minus 2y become 2y. And then you look at your answer. There's no 5 plus 2y. But 5 plus 2y is also 2y plus 5. It's the same. So there's an answer there, which is number 3. Right? Okay, got it? Okay, let's go to question 10. Okay, question 10, which two lines are parallel? Now, when you see square boxes, again, those in my class, you have understood that there is a reason for the square boxes. You have to count the squares. You cannot use your eye to see which two lines are parallel. So, if you look at the answer, which is the correct answer? Now, I'm going to show you the correct answer, which is, for example, okay, let's see. Let's see whether AB and EF are they parallel? Oh, but A, B, and E, F, are they parallel? It looks like they are parallel, but how do you prove that? Now, you from here to go here, you count the squares. 1, 2, go right 1. So you have 2 by 1. So this line is 2 by 1. Okay? And then how about the EF? Look carefully. You go 1 and you go up 2. Okay, 2 by 1 is the same as 1 by 2. It's the same numbering. So you go up and guess what? There's a corner here. There's a little pink dots. Can you see that the black line didn't pass through the pink dots? The black line didn't pass through the pink dot, so the two lines are not parallel. So this is how you prove whether they are parallel. So number 1 is out. Okay, so which lines are parallel? Okay, let's look for the correct lines. Okay, now, if you look at which line is parallel, CD and DE. How about CD? CD and DE definitely out. This is perpendicular, so out. Number 2 is out. All right, how about BC and DE? BC and DE. Well, if you use your eye to see, you can see that they are not parallel also, right? But can you prove it? Yes, I can prove it. Let me prove it. Look carefully, everybody. How do you know whether these two black lines are parallel? From this green dot to the green dot, you count 1 and 1. Go right 1, go up 1. Then go to line BC, do the same thing. Go right 1, go up 1. Guess what? There's a green colored dot and the black line didn't pass through. So the black line didn't pass through the green dot, so number 3 is also out. Okay? All right, let's look at the correct answer and see why is it correct. You have AF and BC. So where's AF? All right, AF is here and your BC is here. Are they parallel? How do you prove it? From here to here, count the square. 1, 2, and go up 1. So you have 2 by 1. Do the same thing from here, go up 1 and go right 2. And the pink color line passes through the pink color dot. Can you see that? So what happened? You have the same numbering. When they have the same numbering, the two lines are parallel. So the answer is number 4. Okay? All right. All right, let's move on, okay? So we don't want to spend too much time on the same question. Question 11, a shop give a discount of 30 cents for every $2 spent. Paul paid $8.50 for a far after discount. What was the price of the far before the discount? All right, let's look at number 1. Is that the answer? Now, $9.70, what do? You have to do some breaking up. So this is the price of the far before discount. So I take out $2, I take out $2, I take out $2. Okay, I take out $2. All right. And then what else? And then I will have $1.70 left, right? Okay, so you break up into $2, $2. Right? Okay, so is this the original price? Let's see. So if you spend every $2, what happened? You will get 30-cent discount. So isn't that $1.70? So you only pay $1.70, right? So $1.70, $1.70, and do you get discount for spending $1.70 here? No, you must spend $2, then you get 30-cent discount. So you will have to still, nothing happens here. All right, nothing happens. No discount. Okay, because it's not $2. Then you can add up all this. All right, if you add up all this after discount, how much do you pay? So if you add them all together, you will get $8.50. Right? So you can add all this. So how much did he pay after the discount? That will be $8.50. Do you understand? Are you clear? This is a bit hard. This question, you get it wrong, I think it's okay. It's a little bit hard. All right, I don't think we want to go through the rest, 2, 3, 4, because you understand how you get number one, can already. Then you do the same for the others. You'll find that the others are all wrong. Okay, so number one is the answer. Okay, let's go to question 12. Okay, question 12. All right, question 12, there's a method here. Now, Joel paid 36 English books and 54 Chinese books into as many bags as possible with no remainder. He placed the same number of books into each bag, and the English books in each bag was the same. How many English books did he pack into each bag? Wow, very confusing. Miss Tong doesn't know how to do. Then I must think about my methods. So what method can I use to solve this problem? I can see that there are 36 English books, there are 54 Chinese books, and the clue is what? The clue is he placed the same number of books into each bag. Every bag got equal number of books, right? And that is a clue. So the clue for what method? Factors. You go and find the factors of 36 and go and find the factors of 54. Right. Then you ask Mr. Ong, why do you find factors? All right, let's find the factors first, then you will see why. So you write out the factors: 3 times 12, 4 times 9, 6 times 6. Then all these are factors of 36. Then 1 times 54, 2 times 27, 3 times 18, 4 cannot, 5 cannot, 6 times 9, 7 cannot, 8 cannot, 9 have already. So these are the factors of 54, right? So these are the English books and these are the Chinese books. All right. How do the factors help me to get the answer? Now he wants the what? Can you see that he wants to put the books into as many bags as possible? So when you find factors, what do you learn in P4? You also have to go and find the common factors, right? So you go and circle the common factors, and then what do you do with that? You go and look for what? Look for as many bags, the biggest number, biggest common factor. So what is your biggest common factor after you circle? The biggest common factor is 18, right? So that will be your most number of bags. And if there are 18 bags, then how many English books in each bag? Then isn't that 2? So you want to put all the books into as many bags as possible. So what do? You look for the biggest common factor. So there must be 18 bags. Every bag, there must be 2 English books, and every bag, there must be 3 Chinese books, right? So your answer should be number 2. So method here is to use factors to find the answer. Okay, got it? So when do I use factors? When I see the clue, right? What kind of clue? I know how many English books. I know how many Chinese books. I also see the clue where there's the same number of books in each bag. Every bag must have equal number of every bag must have equal number of books, and that's a clue to tell me that I can use factors. Okay, let's go to question 13. Now, question 13. Okay, by the way, if you need to copy down, Mr. may have to move on because otherwise you will not be able to finish the lesson. You can watch the video. All right, the video will be uploaded for you to copy. Okay, question 13. What's the answer? Now, step 1, you have to write down the directions. Okay? Then, step 2, you must know what is off. Off is from. Okay, and by the way, your compass, you must have the 8-point compass as well. Okay, then you have to go one by one. Okay, look at the answer one by one to see which is correct. So G is northeast from L. So start from L and you go G. Go G. If you look carefully at this direction, it is not 45 degrees because 45 degrees means what? It has to cut the square into half diagonally. So this is not what? Not cutting the square into half. So your number 1 is out. All right. So it has to be what? If it's in the south, if it's in the northeast, northeast means what? It means it has to what? It has to cut through diagonally into half. So is point G northeast from point L? It is not because it doesn't cut through the square into half. What does it do actually? All right, you can see that from point L, it goes to G, which doesn't cut through the square into half. So it's out. Okay. Next one, point G is northwest from, okay, off is from point K. So let's start from point K and you go to G. Same thing. It doesn't cut the square into half. Can you see that? Right. So because it doesn't cut the square into half, you don't have to see all the answers already. How about next one? Point H is southwest from point L. Okay, let me erase all this. So from point L, okay, from point L, you go H. Where's H? Oh, H. See? From point L, you go H. That's cutting through the square into half, right? But what direction is that? That is northeast. Northeast. So point H is actually northeast from point L. So number three is also out. Out already. Okay, even though it cuts the square into half. Okay, how about next one? Point K is southeast from point F. So from point F, you go to K. Go to K, take a ruler, cuts. Oh, can you see that? It cuts the square into half. So what direction is that? Isn't that southeast? Southeast? So your answer is number four. Right? Do you understand? Okay. So this can be easy, can be hard. If you don't know what is off, then you cannot get the answer. Right? And you also must understand that the line must cut the square into half. Okay, then it's 45 degrees. Because if you look at the compass, right? 45 degrees, right? That's how you get all the angles. Okay, let's go to next one. Question 11. Question 14. Now, question 14, you have bar graph and there are numbers there. What must you do? You need to count the gaps, but I think it's too simple to count. So we don't need to count the gaps because it's only two gaps, two units. So this is 6, this is 8, this is 10, this is 7. So you have to do all this. All right. So when do you count the gaps? When there are many lines, then you have to count the gaps to find how many unit equal to how many. All right. This is what I'm talking about. But if it's too simple, then you don't need to count the gaps. All right. Find the percentage of classes which read at least 30 storybooks during the reading week. So how do you get the percentage? Shortcut. All right. Fraction. Get a fraction. Go and find the total classes. How many classes altogether? So if you add together 6 plus 8, 14, 24, plus 7, 31, plus 9 is 40. There are 40, which is the denominator. And how many classes read at least 30 books? So isn't that this one? 10 plus 7 plus 9. At least. At least means 30 and more. So you have to add 10 plus 7 plus 9. That will be how many? 26. That's your fraction already. All right, then how do you convert to percentage? Make the denominator into 100. So get the simplest form. Divide by what? Divide by 2. Okay, divide by 2 to get 13 over 20. And then later times 5 to get your denominator 100. And once your denominator is 100, answer 65%. Okay, that's a shortcut. Shortcut to get your percentage. Oh, by the way, do you add your marks? All right, as you mark, you can also add your marks to see how many marks you get later. Okay, clear so far? Okay, let's go to question 4. Question 4, question 15. All right, question 15. Now, tank X was completely filled with water. Eddie poured the water from X into Y without spilling until tank Y was filled to the brim. And then how much water was left in the tank X? So what happened? You pour the water inside and then full of water. Okay, full of water. So how much water is left inside here? So you can do some drawing to help you to get the answer. All right, so very simple. You can find the water in tank X at first. So that will be 28 times 5 times 8. Why do you find the water in tank X at first? Because tank X was completely filled with water at the beginning. All right, do working. All right, Mr. is going to use calculator to cheat a little bit. So I'm sure you can do the timetable yourself, right? So 28 times 5 times 8, you will get 1120. This is the water in tank X at first. Then you pour into tank Y. So what's the volume of tank Y? Then you take 4 times 3 times 23. Okay? You fill up the tank Y. So you will have to find how much water goes into tank Y. All right, so again, go and do working. So you have 4 times 3 times 23, you will get 276. So inside here, you have 276 centimeter cube inside already. Then how much water left inside? 10x. Then you take the water at first in 10x and you minus 276. Why? Because you took out 276 centimeter cube and pour into 10y. So how much left in 10x? So 1120 minus 276 and your answer is 844 centimeter cube. Do you get the answer correct? All right, correct? Okay, before we move on, any questions about these first 15 questions? Any question to ask about any question here? Nope. Then we're gonna move on now because we start look at the time. It's quite early, still quite early. Yeah. Okay, so do you get all full marks for this booklet A? Yeah, Mr. must tell you that this booklet A or this paper one that Mr. has created, I wouldn't say it's quite easy lah, huh? But it's also not very hard. Okay, question 16. Okay, now of our revision, how do you do for operations? You always do the bracket first, but inside the bracket there's a divide. So put the needle there, the arrow sign there, to show what you have to do first. So 24 minus answer, put the answer below the arrow sign, then times 5. Okay, don't remove the bracket because you still have to minus. That's why Ms. Tong never removed the bracket. Then after that, step by step, you do the bracket again, and then you times 5. And then your answer, 105. Okay, so this is how you do your this kind of question. You have to write step by step. Don't break up your steps. Okay, next one. Question 17. 2/3 divided by 8. Keep by the way, before you keep change flip, you need to change the whole number to fraction first before you keep change flip. All right, so once you change the whole number into a fraction, keep, change, flip. Okay, and then shortcut again, cancel, cancel. 2 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2. And then cannot cancel, 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 4 is 12. And that's your answer. Okay, so must know how to cancel so they can do faster. Okay, next one. Question 18. What's the answer? Okay, question 18, Mr. just measured. Okay, is your answer... Okay, now when you measure the angle, I can't show you how to measure because I don't have a digital ruler here. But on my screen, okay, it could be different from yours. Okay, I think the answer is what? 128 degrees. Do you get 128 degrees plus minus 1? Nope. But that's what I'm... Okay. Okay, Shirley, what answer? What angle do you get? 130. Cannot be, ma. Is it 130? Let me see, Uh, okay lah, maybe it's about one. Mine is
Also
120.
130.
Okay, 130. Okay, I will accept it. Yeah, because on my screen maybe it's a bit different on the paper. Okay, if you get 130, if you get 128, 129, 128, 129, 130, correct. Okay, correct. I will accept it. Anybody get 127? 127, I will still accept it. Yeah. Okay, I will accept it. But it's plus and minus one. One of them is the correct answer, one of them. So I will look at the hard copy later to see what's the angle. But it's somewhere here. Somewhere here. If you get something less than 90, definitely wrong already if it's less than 90. Okay, let's move on. Question number 19. So what are the 5 squares that you must color to form a symmetric? Now, to do this kind of question, you don't want to turn your head because it's very hard. So you turn your paper so that the symmetry line is vertical. Then you just look left and right. Easier to see. So if I look left and right, if I turn the paper, what will happen? This square and opposite, there's no square. Okay? And by the way, you can actually count. You can count the square. Like this shaded square, right? You just count 1, 2. Then you go opposite. Uh, from here, okay, you have 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3 are 3 squares. Then 1, 2, 3. So you have to circle. You have to color this square. Right. So you count the distance. Like for example, this square opposite, no square. So you color. And then here opposite, no square. So you color. And then here you count 1, 2. Then you cross the river, cross the line. 1, 2, and color. And then how about this square? You count the squares. 1, 2. All right. And then opposite, 1, 2. So this is how you count the squares to know what square to color. Because symmetric means what? They are equal distance apart. Right? Equal distance. Okay? So you may want to turn the paper around so that is you don't have to turn your head. Okay, question 20. What is the volume of the figure? Now, Mr. Ong purposely put 2 cm here. Okay, usually you will see 1 cm cube. but I purposely put 2 cm because somebody will make mistakes. Okay, let's hope you get it correct. So to find the volume, you need to count the number of cubes first. All right, so 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did anybody go and put 15 here? You put 15 here is wrong because it's the number of cubes make up the figure. But what's the volume of each cube? 2 cm times 2 cm times 2 cm to get the volume of one cube. And then there are 15 cubes. You will have to times 8 to get the volume of the whole figure. All right. And your answer is what? 120 centimeter cube. This is a very common question, right? So make sure you know how to do. Count the number of cubes and then multiply by the volume of one cube to get the entire volume. Okay, Ruel, do you get the answer correct, Ruel? So do you put 15? Okay, that's weird. Okay, all right. So far, any questions? Josh? Josh, have you done your work, paper one, Josh? You look like you're very relaxed. You're you're sitting on the chair, turning around and around. Okay, let's go to question number 21. Okay, now from here onwards, the questions gets harder already. All right, but does it mean that it's very hard to do? No. Now, if you look at this picture, now I don't know how to do, but if you look closely, does it look like a model to you? Like a model? Huh? What do you mean? Can you cut it into boxes? If you cut it into boxes, you realize that you may know how to do already. Yeah, so how many boxes do you see in plank A? Plank A, if you look carefully between the plank C and plank D, look at the how many boxes in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And below is 1, 2, 3, 4. But they are equal length. So if they are equal length, what do? Can you cut them equally? I just put 4. And then in the bigger box, I put 6. And then every small box is 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. And the longer box will be 6, 6, 6, and so on. And then if you add the units, isn't that 24 units? So you cut them equally already. So on top 24 units, below also 24 units. So here must be 4, here 4, then here 6, and there 6. So what's the lesson here? You need to look closely and see whether can you use a method. It looks like a model. So you cut it into rectangle, it becomes a model already. So plan B is 360 cm long. So count the units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6, 36 units, which is equal to 360 centimeter. Then your 1 unit must be 360 divided by 36. Shortcut, cover the 0, don't cancel. 36 divided by 36 is 1 and put back the 0. So 1 unit is 10 cm. So what is the length of plank A? Count the units in plank A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4, 32 units. So 32 times 10. And you will get 320 cm, which is your answer. Anyone get the answer correct? Huh? Only one person. Then the rest, okay, but the rest of you understand how to do now? Okay, yeah, so you get it correct, well done. But
Teacher, how do you
yes,
get 6 unit and 4 unit?
how I get 6 units and 4 units? Okay, do you see, okay, based on go through us, do you see this? This tells you that in between is equal, right? They are equal. So, do you see the black dot? What did Miss Tong do? I cut into boxes using the black dots, right? So how many boxes have I cut into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, correct? 6 boxes, right? And then the bottom, I use the black dots to cut into boxes also. So I got 4 boxes at the bottom. Then what do? I put the 4 boxes, 4 units inside. And then the longer box, I put 6. Remember your fraction last year P5? How you cut the remainder, fraction with the remainder, you copy and paste, and then you cut them equally. It's the same. All right, so you cut the top and the bottom equally, and you have 24 units on top, and bottom also 24 units. Okay, so Jialo, have I answered your question already? Understand already, y'all? Okay. All right, let's good. Any question, please ask, okay? Then Mr. will answer you. Okay, let's quickly go to question 22. Now, question 22, you tell Mr. Tong that I don't know how to do. Now, don't give up, right? Because there are always something quite easy about every hard question. Like the average mass, when you see the word average means you find the total. So your first step is to go and find the total. right? So how to find total? 44 kg is the average. You times 3. Why times 3? Because Mr. Lim and two children, together 3%. And you will get the total 132 kg, right? Okay. And then don't give up when you look at the question and then you start to don't know how to do. Now, you help yourself by doing what? By changing the sentence into something else that you can do. Like for example, total mass of Andy and Benny is the same as Mr. Lim. Go and do something like that lah to help yourself. Okay, right. Total mass of Andy and Benny is equal to Mr. Lim. Okay, then isn't the three-person together 132? The three-person add together 132. And then what should I do next? Shouldn't I divide by 2? Because equal ma. So if I divide by 2, Mr. Lim must be 66. And then Andy and Benny must also be the same. So what is Mr. Lim's mass? 66 kg. And that's how you get the answer. Okay? So try to think a bit more. All right? Don't give up easily. Right? Okay, let's go to question 23. Now, question 23, fractions means you draw model. So, Mrs. Chang sold one third of her apples on Monday. So, this fraction is talking about her apples. All right, for those in my class, just revise. What is one third talking about? Look at what's behind the of her apples. What is two third talking about? Look at what's behind the of the remaining apples. Are the two fractions talking about the same thing? No. So you don't make the denominator the same, even though they look the same or they are the same, but they are not referring to the same thing. Okay, so let's draw the model. So Mr. Ong, go through one more time. If the fractions are not talking about the same group, the same thing, you cannot make the denominator the same, right? Okay, so draw the model. One third is Monday. Okay, and where's the remainder? The remainder is on the right side. You need to cut the remainder into 3 boxes, but you cannot cut. And that's where you drop down and cut into 3 boxes. And that's where Jiale, you are asking how you get the boxes. So you look at 2 boxes on top, you put 2. And there are 3 boxes below, put 3. And then what will happen? Do you realize that you have cut the remainder into equal units already? Right? And then the first box here also cut into 3. Okay, continue to label. She sold 2/3 on Tuesday, and then she got 14 left. How many apples did she have at first? Can you see the model quite easy to draw? All right, and then can solve already. Yeah, I can solve. So I can see 2 unit is 14, 1 unit is 7. Then you count the units here. There are 9 units. So 9 times 7, 63. Is your answer 63? Correct? Those who didn't get it correct, then this is a P5 question. P5 question, so must know how to draw the model. This is going to be quite common. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Question 24. Now, angles problem, there are a few things that you have to look out. Number 1, you must know what is a trapezium. It's a 4-sided figure and only 2 lines parallel. Show the arrowheads because the arrowheads will tell you some important properties. And number 2, put the question mark, CAD, question mark. All right. Step number 3, don't care the question mark, look for other angles you can find. Is there any angles you can find? And before that, have you put the information onto your diagram already? No, there's something you didn't do. You AB equal to BC. Because we never do that, what happened? We get stuck. You have to show all this. Yeah, you have to show the markings. Once you have done all this, you have put the marking, you have put the question mark, you have put the arrowheads, then you can do what? You can look for other angles to find these angles. So there's a triangle, isosceles triangle. So 180 minus 100 divided by 2. So 80 divided by 2, 40. 40. Okay? All right. And then, do you remember Miss Song tell you just now the arrowheads? Why? Because there are important properties like Z. Z. So if you don't know there are parallel lines, then you can't find a Z. And because there's a Z, this is 40. Here is also 40. And then can you find the question mark already? So there's a triangle again, 180 minus 40 minus 62. And you get your question mark. So what's the answer? So if I minus, I will get the answer 78. Is it 78 degrees? Do you get 78? All right. Okay. If you see a careless mistake that Mr. has made, please tell me, because I don't have the answer key. Right. Usually Mr. will get it correct, but once in a while I may make a careless mistake. So help me to check whether the Yeah, any careless mistake. Okay, let's go on. So your answer is 78 degrees. Okay, next one. Okay, this is a tricky bar graph, a tricky line graph. Now, so read the question. I shall receive $80 each month, right? And after spending, she saved the rest of the money. And the line graph shows the money that she spent each month. So somebody's going to get tricked over here. Now you can see many lines already. Count the lines. And if you count the lines, you will realize how many lines. One, two, three, four, five. 5 units is $10. 1 unit is $2. Okay? So how much did she save in February? All right, so before you answer the question, you need to put the numbers on the line graph. So $40, and this is 48. Use a ruler to help you to see where the line is touching. This is $58, and this is $30. Okay, check. Are your numbers correct? That's the first step. Put the numbers on the line graph. And then somebody is going to tell Mr. Ong, February is $48. Who is that? Who put $48 for this? Okay, don't have to raise hand. But the answer is not $48 because the line graph shows the money that she spent every month. So how much did he or did she save every month? Every month she get $80. So you must take $80 minus 40. And she will save $40 in January. $80 again in February minus 48. And she will save $32. And then $80 again minus $58 that she spent, and she will get $22. And then she has $80 again for April, and you minus 30, and she saved $50. Right? So how much did she save in February? Answer $32. Am I correct? Yeah. Did anyone get $32? Okay, more of you. Okay, that's good. Means you're not tricked. Mr. was expecting many people to be tricked. Okay, good. Then you got the answer correct. And then your part B should also be correct. In which month did she save the most? Then you look at not the line graph. You don't look at, oh, March she saved the most. That's opposite. March she spent the most. So you look at $50. She saved the most in April. So answer April. Okay, so when you do bar graph and line graph, be very careful because it is easy but also tricky. All right, tricky. Okay, let's go to question 27. Okay, how to do that? Now, algebra, Mr. Ong went shopping with $14D. He bought a fan for $5D. He also bought an oven at $60 more than the fan. How much money did he have left? Okay, how to do that? Well, fan is $5, right? Oven is $60 more than the fan. So you can actually do something quite easy. The fan is 5D, and then the oven must be 60 plus 5D. Am I correct? $60 more. So you plus. Okay, then can you find how much money he spent all together? You take the fan, which is 5D, plus the oven, which is 5D plus 60, or 60 plus 5D. It's the same. And then you add them together. 5D plus 5D will be 10D plus 60. So this is the money he spent all together. Then what do you do next? You will have to take all his money at first and minus the money he spent all together. Okay, minus the money he spent all together. Correct? And then what do you get? So you will have 14D minus 10D. That will be 4D minus 60. All right, so your answer will be what? Your answer will be 4D minus 60. And bracket, dollar sign. Okay, let me just double check. Mr. got a weird feeling. See, when you do math in the exam, if you get the answer ready, and then you got this funny feeling, something weird. The answer may be something weird. Then double check. See whether is there anything wrong. Okay, Mr. want to double check a bit. Okay, double check a bit. Okay, remember the primary tree method? The primary tree method that Mr. told you. Use the primary tree method if you don't know how to do. So I'm going to just change the number. Change what? Change the number into what? Into any number. So let's choose a number. Maybe the fan, let's call it what? Let's call it maybe $10. And then the shopping, you went shopping with how much money? Change it to maybe what? Maybe $100. Okay, $100. Okay, something like that. Okay, then we do the primary method. Okay, do the primary school method, the primary tree method. So what's the first step? The fan cost $10. He bought an oven at $60 more than the fan. So first step is to find what? Is to find how much is the oven. So you take 60 plus $10 and you will get $70. So this is a primary tree method if you don't know how to do. Then what's the next step? You have to add the fan and the oven together. So 10 plus 10 plus 70, right? To get the total money you spend. And then how much left? Then you take $100 and you minus altogether how much you spend and you get your leftover. All right. Okay. Then what do? Then you look at the steps and copy the steps. So the first step is plus. Okay, plus. So 60 plus what? 60 plus 10. What is 10? 60 plus 10. 10 is not 10, it's 5D. 60 plus 5D. Okay, no more 10 already, because you're looking at 5D. All right, and then after that, what do? And then you have to plus again. Plus what? Plus 10, right? Because you have to plus the fan. So you plus the fan, which is another 5D, right? So you will get what? You will get 10D plus 60. 10D plus 60. So you add the fan and the oven together, 10D plus 60. Okay, and then what do you do next? Then you take the total money, which is 14D, and you get minus how much you spend altogether. Minus 10D, and you also minus 60. All right, and what do you get? 14D minus 10D, you will get 4D minus 60. Oh, Mr. Ong has nothing wrong. Okay, I get the answer correct. So there's nothing wrong. So it's 4D minus 60. But it's always good to check. When you do your problems and you feel something weird, I think you should check. Okay? All right. So what did Mr. Ong show you? I showed you that if you don't know how to do, you can do the P3. All right, do the P3 method. If not, then you do the algebra. Okay, do the algebra method. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, question 28. Right, question 28. And okay, how do you draw a parallelogram so that it has the same parameter as ABCD? Now, again, the square boxes, there's a reason. Okay, you don't anyhow, or you don't draw and then you realize that not correct, and then you erase and draw again, erase and draw again. There's no guess and check over here, right? There is a reason for the square boxes. So I want to have the same parameter. So you look at the straight lines, 5 units. Okay, look at the horizontal, 5 units. And then the horizontal here, 3. Okay, and then do you see this line? This line is what? This line is how long? How long is that? Do you still remember how to count? How to find how long is the line? You start from here and go to the other dots. So how do you move to the other dots? Go left 1 and go up 1, 2, 3. So it's 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Okay, 1 by 3. All right, then you look at this one. Isn't that from here to there is also go up 1, then go right 3. 3 as well, right? Okay. And before we do the drawing, you must know what is a parallelogram. So, Miss Ong told you before, sketching. Before you draw, do the sketching. So you have the MN given to you already. So you should be sketching what you want to draw. Something like this. So once you sketch already, then you do the real thing. So let's do the real thing. So can we draw these two sides, which is opposite and equal? So you have 5 plus 3 is 8. Divide by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 divided by 2. So draw 4 squares. Can you see that? So you have 4 and 4, 8, right? And then the last one, the last line, no need, just connect already. And that is your parallelogram. That has the same parameter. But how do you know it's the same parameter? Because the green line is 1 by 3. This is also 3 by 1, 1 by 3, same. All right, 3 by 1, 1 by 3 is the same. Right? So if you look at the drawing given to you, they also have the same what? Same pattern. 1 by 3, 3 by 1, same pattern. That's how you know they are equal. Okay, they are equal length. Okay, now this one, some schools may not have taught this, but if you come from my lesson, we have gone through the construction already, so you should know how to use the squares to draw. All right? Okay, now find the ratio of ABCD to MNPQ. Wow, so what is the ratio of ABCD? Okay, you will have to find the area. Then how to find the area? Okay, I'm going to erase the numbers here. Okay, can you see the trapezium? If I cut it into squares. All right, can you see how many squares in the middle? That will be 9, right? And then the triangle left and right is made of how many squares? Well, you can join the two triangles together. Join them together, become how many squares? That will become 3 squares already. Am I correct? All right, the two triangles, the left and the right, you join them together, become 3 squares. So 3 plus 9. So your area is what? Your area ABCD must be 12 units. 12 units. Okay, Aubrey, understand what I'm talking about, Aubrey? Right? Okay, then how about the other one? How about the other one? Now, parallelogram, same thing. Cut it into, okay, cut it so they can count the squares. There will be 9 squares in the middle. 9 squares in the middle. And then look at the triangle, top and bottom. If you join them together, how many squares will it form? It will form 2 squares. Am I correct? Yeah? The two triangles, top and bottom, join together, become 2 squares, right? Oh, sorry, 3 squares. Sorry, 3 square. Mr. Make a mistake. 3 square. Okay, 3 square. Not 2 square, 3 squares. Okay, so you plus them together. That will be what? That will be 12 as well. 12 also. So what does it tell you? They have the same area, right? Same area means what? 12 is to 12, which is 1 is to 1. That is your ratio. So then you ask Mr. Tong, is it possible to get this kind of answer? Yes, it's possible. Your answer can also be 0. In some questions, answers can also be 0. Okay? Do you understand? All right, so this is how you get the ratio. You find the area of the trapezium, find the area of the parallelogram, and then get the ratio. Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Oh,
Question
teacher.
29. Any questions so far
For
before we move on? Yeah, Jiale.
for A, is it supposed to be 5 instead of 4?
5, 4, which is 5 and 4.
The N to P.
N to P, N to P. Where's N to P? There are so many numbers. M to P, N to P. Or N to P here, you mean here?
Yeah, is it supposed to be 5?
Why 5? It's supposed to be 4 because this is, can you see this line? This is 5, this is 3. So you plus them together become 8, right? 8. And then what do you do with that? The 8 you divide by 2, you will have 4 and 4 because you're drawing a trapezium which is opposite sides are equal. Yeah, did I answer your question, Xiao?
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, clear so far. Any question, tell me, because I may make a mistake. If I make a mistake, just let me know. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, question 29. Okay, question 29. Uh, Look carefully. How do you find the length of AB, which is, oh, quite hard. There's no number there. But do you realize that AEF is 18 cm square? Then just put your picture cannot be very clean. Do you see that there are two markings here that tells you that they are equal sides? And this is actually the midpoint, the middle. So then what can I do? Well, I can do something already. I just continue to what? Continue to cut lah. Cut. So 18, 18, 18, 18. So there's a shortcut here. It's a hard question, but do you realize that this is the midpoint? How do you know it's a midpoint? Because there are equal lines. There are markings to tell you they are equal sides. So your point E is the middle. So what do you do with that? Then you cut the rectangle into what? Into squares and triangles. And then what's the area of one square? The area of one square is 36. 18 plus 18, 36. So how do you find one side of the square? Square root. 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And then the other square is identical. Same. So yeah, 6 times 6 also. And then what's the length of the AB? 6 plus 6. And that will give you the length of AB, which is 12 cm. Clear? Got it? Anyone get this answer correct? Anybody? Josh again. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so the rest of you, if you make a mistake, it's fine. But just so you need to ask yourself, is your picture very clean? Do you do something on your picture? If you never, then that's a reason why you didn't get the answer. All right. Whenever there's a picture, Mr. will always put something on the picture to help myself to get the steps. Okay, question 30. Question 30. Okay, now this one, you cannot just anyhow tick and tick unless you have no time, then you just anyhow tick. All right. But otherwise, you have to prove why you tick. Now, there are some cookies in the tin. The cookies can be put into batch of 6 and 9 with no cookies left. Method here, multiples. Why do we use multiple? Because you can divide by 6, can divide by 9. That is called multiples, right? We are using multiples to get the how many cookies. And when the cookies are placed in the batch of 10, there are 6 cookies left. So is there an even number of cookies in the tin? Okay, let's prove. So you will have to write your multiples. Look at the bigger number, 18. Can 18 divide by 6? Yes. So 18 is your common multiple. All right, then you go and take 18. So maybe there are 18 cookies, maybe. And then 18 can divide by 10. Yeah, I divide by 10, I get remainder 8. 8 cookies left. But the question says there are 6 cookies left. And then you immediately, what you do? You put down false. So if you do that, that's wrong because you never what? You never continue to test, right? You only test one common multiple. Then how about the next common multiple? Do you go and test the next common multiple? And how do you get the next common? You times 2. Times 2. And you get the next common multiple, and now you go and take 36 and divide by 10. And what do you get? 3 times 10, 30. And there is a 6 left over. There is a 6 left over. So just now you put false, right? So answer wrong. You put true also answer wrong. Because why? If you say true, then how about the first common multiple, which I divided by 10, I get remainder 8. So I don't have an answer. So because I don't have an answer, then what is that? Not possible to tell. So your part A, we are not sure, right? It depends on what multiple you get. If it's 18, then you cannot divide. You cannot have 6 cookies left. If you have 36, then there'll be 6 cookies left. So we are not sure how many cookies inside. Okay, that's why not possible to tell. Cedric, Travis, you understand, Travis? Okay? Yeah, so don't just take 80 and then divide by 10 and then, oh, cannot, then you put false. You have to test some more, test a bit more. Like there are exactly 36 cookies in the tin. Again, are you sure? Okay, are you sure? Let's see, let's continue. You have to test. Can you get the next common multiple? 18 times 3, 54. Then you take 54 and go and divide by 10. So 54 divided by 10, what happened? So you have 5 times 10, 50, remainder 4, right? Remainder 4, and then go on, do a few more tests. So what's the next multiple? 18 times 4 will be 72, right? And then you take 72, go and divide by 10, and what remainder do you get? So you divide by 10, you will get what? You will get 2 left over, right? So you can see that, there are exactly 36 cookies in the tin. So are we sure? So is it really exactly 36? 36? Is it exactly 36? So if we continue, now, what do you think? Are there exactly 36 cookies in the tin? So if you are not sure, you can do a bit more, okay? But I think if you look at all the multiples here, 36 is the only one. When you divide by 6, divide by 9, there's no leftover. And when you divide by 10, there are 6 cookies left. All right, so over here. So I think we can put through there. Okay? Anyone has a true?
But teacher, if there are exactly 36 cookie in the tin, isn't 36 an even number?
Isn't 36 what?
Isn't 36 an even number?
36 is an even number. Yes, that's an even number. Correct? Yeah, that's an even number, lor. And so why is it not correct?
Then why
36. Okay, Miss I may be getting something, but I can't get what you are trying to say. I may be getting something. So 36, okay, okay, there is an even number of cookies in the tin. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, my apologies. Mister understand already. My apologies. There is an even number of cookies in the tin. If you look at all the multiples, isn't that all? Isn't that all even numbers? If you look at all the multiples, all can divide by 2. Okay, my apologies. My mistake. Yes. So 36 is an even number, so it has to be true. Okay, true. Okay, yeah. Then what is not possible to tell? Mix it up. Misal terbalik. So what is not possible to tell? Are there exactly 36 cookies in the tin? We are not sure because you can see there are many, many common multiples. So what happened is we are not sure. So it's a tick over here. Right? Because it could be 36, it could be another common multiple that can also divide by 10 to get a remainder 6. So there could be other numbers as well. So we are not sure what number is that. Okay, but I think part A, yeah, the answer is true for part A. There is an even number of cookies in the tin. And if you look at all the common multiple and you continue to make the common multiple, you will also get what? Even numbers for all the common multiples. Okay? Like how do you know? 18 times 5, 90. Can 90 divide by 2? Also can. 18 times 6. 18 times 6 will be 108. Also even number. Right? So all the common multiples can divide by 2. So there must be an even number of cookies in the tin. Okay? All right. So are you clear so far? All right, so I think thanks really for telling me the mistake. Yeah. Okay, so if there's any questions that you don't understand, you can stay behind later and then we go through. Otherwise, I think today will be the last lesson, right? And then we have a little break. We have a short break of 1 month before we continue in April. And in April, we may do paper two. We may do a paper two, but it will be a short paper two, not the entire paper two, just a 1 hour paper two. Okay? Or we may do paper one. So it depends. Okay? All right. So, but we will continue after 1 month break. All right. Any questions? If there's no questions, then I'll see you in April. Okay? All right. So goodbye, everybody. See you next month. Okay. Bye
Okay.
bye. Bye bye. Have a good rest. Okay. Bye, Aubrey. Bye, Josh.
Bye.
Bye, Chavez. Okay. Bye bye.